Hi, I'm Jason Klein. I play bass in Butcher Babies, or at least I try to. I'm going to show you some of my equipment. Right here, I got the main bass, which is modified heavily. Basically set it on fire with a blowtorch and then covered it with Thompson's wood seal. Why not, right? And it originally was, or still is, a Schecter Diamond P 5-string series. And I modified it heavily because it's not supposed to look like this, obviously, and it doesn't originally come with these pickups, but I like always running the 2 split coil pickups and it just has this cool sound. I added a hip shot bridge to it, brass, to give it more of that bell-like tone. Other than that, it's pretty much stock. There's nothing much going on with it other than just that look. And I'm not really good at painting, so I figured, well, maybe let me just do something really weird. Right? Originally, this bass comes with a P and a big humbucker in the back, and I used that on the first record, and I just hated the way it sounded. And I remember we were going on Mayhem right before, and I told Schecter, I'm like, look, I really can't stand the way this thing sounds. Is there something we could do to it? And they said, sure. I said, can we just try putting another P pickup in the back? And they said, yeah, we can do that, but there's going to be a big cavity right there. I said, I don't give a shit. Just let me try it. They put it in, and I'm like, that's the tone I've been looking for, right? So I ran with that on Mayhem, and then a little later in the year, I met up with somebody at EMG Pickups, and they said, we like what you're doing, we want you to try some of our new X Series pickups with them. It's got more of it's passive, I mean, it's active, but it's got more of a passive sounding preamp, so it's open and round. So, because I like a passive sound, but I like the quietness of an active pickup. You don't hear that ground issue. On the settings, to get this sound, it's the detent right in the middle, so both pickups are going hot, volume up, tone up. I don't even know why I have a volume or tone, it just should be completely directly in. I don't need any of that. The strings I use are Dunlop, and they're custom set. So I got a 135 with a taper, the bridge, 110, 90, 70, and 50. All stainless steel, and it's the new bright stainless steel. Very edgy. It sounds a lot like a piano. The backup is actually a custom one made, and Schecter knows that I like to run 2 split coil pickups, so they made me one. And this one's nicer. That's why it's my backup. I don't really destroy it. I have. One thing about Schecters, they're like, they can take the abuse, you know. And I use this one mainly for recording, and I call this one Bandit because it kind of looks like Burt Reynolds Trans Am, the black and the off-white, you know. And then obviously if that one's Bandit, this one's Smoky, right? Thank you. I'll be here all week. Mainly my science experiment here, because I can't leave well enough alone. Main tone is basically this EBS Fafner head. And then in the effects loop, I run an old preamp. Basically, it's kind of like having a Sans amp, but all I'm doing is just kind of scooping the mids a little bit more after the signal. This head right here basically is just for power, because I'm powering 2 cabs right here. And then in my little drawer of crap here, I use a Voodoo Labs Hex. It's basically a remote switcher, where I can have all my pedals that I never use, but we're taking up space at my house, so I had to put them somewhere. So I wired all this up just to have it, and I can control this via a 25-foot run all the way up front, so like if I want to switch to different patches. However, I'm still playing with it. But what's cool about it is I can bring in this like a different distortion or overdrive. So I have this close now. There we go. I have this preamp in a loop, which would be like loop 6. And if I don't like that one, I want like a different style distortion, I'll just kick on loop 5, and that'll be like the dark glass right here. And then I added an octaver for subtones and a chorus and a phaser, which I never used, but it looks cool. And then over here on the pedal board, it's pretty basic. I don't go wireless or anything, I just go a cable straight in, and I just got a tuner, I don't even know why I have that. Well, it's just basically a mute. And then I brought in this wah for fun, to make noise. Why not? There's only one guitar player in this band, and I figure, well, bass, you know, you got to kind of fill in those frequencies that aren't there sometimes. So like, well, I can kind of play around a little bit. So I used 2 channels, 2 signals in the front of house. One, my DI sound goes through this, which is a speaker simulator, because I just don't like the sound of direct into the board. I can't stand that, especially for the way I play. And then I just put a 57 up to one of these speakers, blend the 2 together. It sounds awesome. And then always, you know, run 2 cabs just for pressure. And we do usually run in-ears, but we're not on this tour. We just didn't have enough time to get that rig ready. But that's pretty much basically the rig.